and welcome to Career Landscapes, a peek into professional lives brought to you by One Voice for Change. I'm Felicity Minch, your host, and today we have the honor of speaking with Joan Potterfield, who is a retired aerospace engineer. And I would like to take a moment and read a bit about her. Joan Potterfield's career took twists and turns from pre-med to aerospace. At Brown University in Rhode Island, Joan was in the first class to receive computer science degrees, and she was part of the first co-ed class, which shook things up considerably. She worked in Germany for 18 months and encourages young people to take a job overseas. Her favorite motto is, "Life should not be a journey to the grave with the intention of arriving safely in a pretty and well-preserved body, but rather to skid in broadside in a cloud of smoke, thoroughly used up, totally worn out, and loudly proclaiming, 'Wow, what a ride!'" Welcome, Joan. Thank you for being with us
Thank
today.
you very much for having me.
Oh, thank you. I've got to start with the motto. That's Hunter Thompson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
interviewing Hell's Angels.
Oh, that's great. And why do you love that motto?
Uh, I live by it. Totally, totally worn up and used up at the end.
Yeah,
I'm
that's.
going ziplining in a couple of days.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, and I'm 72 years old.
Oh my gosh. Oh, well, you look wonderful. And I'm so excited just to hear about your career. And you have so much to share. And tell us about your journey from being going from pre-med to aerospace.
Like, decided pretty early on that I didn't want to live my father's life. He
Yeah.
would have gone to med school, but for my birth.
Oh, right.
And
Right.
it just did not seem like a great reason to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so,
Did he encourage you to go to
yeah,
pre-med?
my folks did. My mother would have preferred nursing school, which my father said was below me. But
Yeah.
I
So,
wanted life before age 40, which unfortunately a lot of med students don't get.
Mhm. Right. And it was a different world back then too, quite different. And you were at the university. You started in pre-med and then switched?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
in a seven-year MD program, so it was a tough decision. As
Right.
long as I kept up my grades, I would graduate with an MD after 7 years. But I decided that really wasn't for me.
And what led you to be an aerospace, go into the aerospace field in engineering?
Computer science was quite the up and coming thing in the early 70s.
Yeah.
And I had taken some electives in computer science and thought, well, gee, I can do this and still have a life
Yeah.
before I'm 40.
Yes, definitely. Oh, and did you have a passion for aerospace and as a kid at all? Did you ever?
No,
Oh,
just
okay.
happened into it.
Yeah, yeah. Because a lot of students, including my students, they don't know what they want to go into, and they're worried about going into college and locking down into a career that they may not like. And I tell the kids, you can change your mind. You can change. There's nothing anchoring you in.
Right. And I changed in junior year, which meant between then and graduation, all I took was computer science classes, but I survived.
And how did your family take the news that you had switched careers?
Um, they and their friends were hoping I'd be a physician, but
Uh-huh.
it was they recognized it as my choice.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's good. So when you got out of college, what was your first job and where were you?
I was in Maynard, Massachusetts with Digital Equipment Corporation, which at that point was the Microsoft or the Google of the industry. It's since faded away.
Mhm. Yeah.
But so it was a great place to work, and
Mhm.
status like Microsoft.
Right.
And
what was your role at the company?
I was writing software for newspapers.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, it was interesting. And so I traveled around to lots of national newspapers,
Hmm.
putting in the software I had written, which and 5 years earlier they would have just done it by hand.
Mhm.
The typesetting process. And
And what years was this? What roughly what?
75 to about 78.
Oh, and was it during that time you went to Germany?
No, it was right before. And
Mm.
in 78, my sister decided she was joining the Peace Corps
Oh, yeah.
and going to the South Pacific. And I saw this tiny little ad in the local paper
Mhm.
with advertising this job in Germany. And I thought, well, if she's going to the South Pacific, I can go to Germany.
Do you have any background, family from Germany or
No,
any?
well,
Oh,
Holocaust
oh, yeah.
survivors.
Yeah. 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 And in your early career, what what were the biggest challenges when you started working? Was there any particular challenges in
Being a
any way?
girl, being a girl, and
Gender, yeah.
and yeah,
What did you face? What did you face and how did you deal with it?
um, that women couldn't possibly be as good as men writing
Mm.
software, and I dealt with it by not caring.
Yeah, yeah. You just did it anyway.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
part of
Were there
my
were there other women in the company or not many?
very few. If there were another woman in a meeting with me, it was unusual.
Wow.
And learned some football to talk with the guys, and this was in New Hampshire, so learned about cutting wood for your home
Mhm.
fireplace, because that was what they did all weekend, other than watch football.
Great. Yeah, was there any particular project that you really had an impact on or really contributed to or something that made you realize that you really you had a lot to contribute? Was there a project that you just loved and contributed to?
The fact that I write well, believe
Yeah.
it or not, a lot of male engineers can't write.
Mhm. Interesting.
So I ended up writing a lot of specs
Huh.
and presentations
Yeah.
because I did it better than the guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It was nice to be literate.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, wonderful. Um, did you have mentors back then? Were there people that you really looked up to and admired?
Always.
Yeah. Yeah. And
And
who
guys,
were they?
of course,
Hmm.
weren't any women.
Oh yeah.
But and I, to this day, try to mentor people in various, like hiking, for instance.
Hmm. Yeah. I believe mentorship is so needed. It is needed, and it's needed now more than ever. Just the idea of helping others. We need more mentors in this world.
And it's just as satisfying for the mentor as the mentee.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm a musician and I mentor some kids at different schools and help out and volunteer. And there's nothing more satisfying than when I just walk out the door and know that I've helped a kid understand something they didn't understand before or helped in some way. It's so gratifying. It is just so gratifying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And um, let me look. I've got one question here. One girl asked, oh, what she asked, she's a senior at Centaurus, and she wants to be an engineer. She wrote, looking back, what skill did you underestimate that you wound up really depending on, that maybe you underestimated while you were in school, but it turns out you really relied on it in life or in your career?
Use of the English language.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
The dudes I worked with really could not express themselves.
Wow. Was it a writing problem, do you think? Or I mean, it was a writing problem,
I,
or was it
I
more of like an emotional, they just wouldn't talk, or or
think it
both?
was I think it was both, but
Hmm.
largely a writing program that
Hmm.
you can get through some science classes without having to write much.
Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, and so let me think of other questions too. It sounds fascinating. You had mentioned something about Japan and Canada. You traveled to Japan and Canada for work?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. And what did you do over there?
Uh, Consulted with local folks.
Mhm. And this was about the newspapers? Was this still related to
No, this I was
newspapers?
with Lockheed Martin by then.
Oh, when did you join Lockheed?
Um, Good question. By about 1983, I was with Lockheed and spent most of my career with them.
Okay. Were you
We,
here in Colorado or another
no,
state?
no, I was back east in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania.
Mm. And what was your role at Lockheed?
Again, a lot of writing.
Hmm.
Um,
Were you doing what?
I wrote specs and rewrote other people's specs.
Oh yeah, yeah. And were you working on aerospace?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And
Um,
can you tell me more about what you were working on?
I think I can get away with saying spy satellites, but I can't go any further with it.
Okay.
I worked on the space station. I worked on an early GPS satellite.
Yeah.
Um, we had a wide range of customers, being the huge company that we were.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um,
Was had things changed by the time you joined Lockheed? There were probably more women, or
and
not
not
any?
maybe up to 5%.
Wow. Interesting.
And I hear it's not much better now,
Huh.
especially in the more senior ranks.
Hmm. Interesting. I don't know. I haven't checked into it. And yeah, how did you just try out? Was there a job opening or because you got hired in both companies that where there were very few women, and that's incredible. So you got into an amazing position. Was it just your skills? Was it your determination? Was it your resilience?
Uh, I'm stubborn.
Yeah, and you just kept trying and
Yeah. Why not me?
yeah. Yeah, that's a great attitude. I try to teach the kids that. Why not me? If not me, who else?
Yeah, why did they send me to Japan where I spoke no Japanese? But they
Yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah.
They also had no female bathrooms in the entire building.
Oh, right,
So
right.
a man would have to stand guard at the men's room
Huh.
so I could use the
Yeah.
John. The women were all just coffee ladies.
Was this at Lockheed also?
This was with Lockheed in outside of Tokyo.
Yeah. Oh, huh.
Although actually in Germany, I worked in a bunker for a while, and that
Okay.
also had no women's rooms.
Ah,
Um, so some guys with big guns challenged me one time. They said, I'm not going out in the rain and walking a quarter mile to the closest ladies' room. Deal with it.
and was that in Germany?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what did you do? Where did you work in Germany? What town?
Right on the Danish border.
Mm.
Flensburg. I could
Mhm.
see Denmark from my apartment.
And
Um,
did the company set you up over there?
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was well compensated, which is another reason to go overseas.
Yeah. And you've mentioned that in what you wrote to me, you mentioned that you think it's wonderful that everybody should take a job overseas. Can you expand on that?
Um, and if you have the interest,
Mhm.
when you're still single, it's much easier to do. If you're married, it's hard for your spouse to get a job. The
Great.
hiring company will give you one, but your spouse is going to stay
Great.
home twiddling thumbs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
And what was the most surprising thing when you went overseas? Was there something that really surprised you culturally, or was it really an eye opener? Every time I travel, it's such an eye opening experience. It's I love traveling. I My two things are music and traveling, and now dance. But I love people. I love different cultures, and I love learning about the cultures. And was that the way it was for you? Was it just eye opening and
yeah,
inspiring?
and I didn't spend as much time as I should have learning German because I was busy doing
Mhm.
things.
Yeah. Well, you were busy
Um,
working, probably. Yeah. Yeah.
the Germans go home after 8 hours. That's
Yeah.
a cultural difference. And I was
Mhm.
working at naval headquarters for the whole country, and
Mm.
the high brass leaves at 5 o'clock. It
Great.
might have something to do with the fact that the stores all close by 6 o'clock. So if
Mhm.
you've got to pick up any groceries, you have to be out of there.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
they drink a bunch at lunch, alcoholic.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
being smaller than the usual guy, I started just going swimming at the town pool at
Mhm.
lunchtime rather than have 4 or 5 shots of Apfelkorn.
Yeah.
A smaller person, it's just too much, and they're always buying each other rounds. So
It's
swimming
that
is,
way in Ireland too. When I travel to Ireland, it's a big drinking country,
I don't know how
and
they get any work done in the afternoon, but they seem to. I guess you can build up tolerance to it.
yeah, I
Swimming
guess
was
so.
fine. Oh, and
Yeah.
the town pool was naked. Maybe 1 or 2 hours in the week you were allowed to wear a swimsuit. But it's a very German thing that you swim nude. That took a bit of getting used to.
Greece too. In Greece, years
Mm.
and years ago, you wear the bottom, but there's no top, and
Okay, we were we had to wear bathing caps.
yeah,
It
bathing top.
involved
Yeah,
an
you don't.
inverted ball. Right.
Yeah, you don't wear in Greece. Yeah, and I just yeah, you show up to the beach and you just have to take off your top.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and yeah,
And the
and then
pool had a restaurant overlooking it. We called it the Bay of Pigs. Uh, Almost everybody looks better in a swimsuit.
I think we all look better clothes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was a young woman. I looked okay, but
Yes. Yep. Let's let me think. I've got several other questions too. Um, Oh, a sophomore said, "What advice they want?" She wanted to know what advice would you give a young person who is passionate about anything in STEM? She loves all science, technology, um, uh, but she doesn't know, she feels intimidated by entering a technical field. So she's one of the girls not sure about going into a STEM program. And she's
Yeah,
looking at colleges. She's a sophomore though. She's got time, but she's so shy and so held back that she asked, what would you, how did you do it? She wanted to know how she could
yeah,
overcome her shyness.
just go for it.
Mhm. Yeah.
I, if she considers her class rank in high school, chances are she's better than almost all the boys.
Mm. Yeah, she's
And
also at,
remember, yeah, I was
yeah,
valedictorian, so I was better
yeah.
than all the boys.
Oh, wow. Good. Yeah. And yeah, have you always had that drive when you were a kid? Did you just have the drive of, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, my drive was music. And also for me, and I try to instill this in all my students, is to remain curious. Curiosity is the window to knowledge. If you can be curious about things and stay curious for your entire life. Were you a curious girl when you were younger?
probably too furious.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I wondered about everything. I asked questions about everything, from a speck of dirt to music to,
The birds and
uh,
the bees.
oh, yeah, yeah, the moon. You know, I remember asking questions so much my parents would go crazy, especially my dad. And he would always answer the questions, but he said, "Boy, you ask a lot of questions." But I still do. I still wonder about things, and I just push the limits and push the limits as much as I
And
can. Yeah.
it's such a change now with computers. You
Yeah.
can Google something extremely obscure and get an answer that makes sense.
hmm Yeah. You can get that, but you've got to be curious to look it up.
Mm-hmm.
So even with the kids, I'll make them look up, even though I could tell them, I make them look up a composer, whether it be Beethoven or a guitar composer, Rodrigo, Carcassi. They look things up and then they realize, oh, what about this composer? So curiosity is, I think, is just essential. So for me, being courageous and being curious are two essential values of mine, that I remain curious and I always try to be as courageous as I can, even if I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm doing. Stay
Yeah,
stay courageous. Yeah. So
fake
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, and tell her that a lot of boys do. They're more
Yeah.
likely to make up an answer,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
people will then accept.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Girls
So
tend to,
what are the skills, since we're on this topic now, what are the skills that you think are really essential for girls to go into STEM? I mean, I mentioned curiosity, being courageous. What other skills do you think are so important for kids
being
to have?
being thick-skinned.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Don't put
Yeah.
up with no answers or somebody putting you down.
Right. Right. I don't put up with that
And,
either. Yeah.
and math and science, obviously, are skills they need, but
And of course, writing, like you said,
right, yeah,
writing, good writing
writing
skills.
surprised me just how important.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I'm trying to
And
think if there's another question that the kids asked. Um, oh, Kid Owen asked, what was your most challenging technical project? Was there a project that was really, really difficult, and how did you handle it?
There were
Of
a
course, that's
lot of them. You chew the elephant piece by piece.
that's so true. That's
And
so
and
true.
don't give up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've always wanted on my tombstone. I always want. Have always wanted. I don't give up. I don't give in. I don't give up. I don't give out. Yeah, that's my motto. My
Okay.
personal. I don't give in. I don't give out. I don't. Yeah, I don't give up. Don't give in. Don't give out. So yeah. Was there a project in aerospace at Lockheed? Was there a project that you really remember being really challenging?
Spacecraft design is inherently challenging.
Yeah.
Um,
That's not my field, so I'd love to know more because I don't know anything about spacecrafts.
and dealing with manned flights is harder because if you screw up, somebody's going to die.
Yeah, yeah,
Whereas if a GPS blows up, it's too bad and it's expensive, but not a catastrophic deal.
Did you watch the launches?
Many launches.
Where did you view them from?
Cape, is it Canaveral now? It was Kennedy for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In Florida or Texas?
no, we were in Florida.
Florida, yeah. Kennedy Space Center. Yeah, yeah,
Those are exciting. That
yeah.
was one of the rewards for working on some spacecraft that you got
Yeah.
to go to the launch.
Good, good. What was your role with the spacecraft? What did
Mm,
what did you
the
do?
innards of computer systems,
Mhm,
mostly.
mhm. Were you on a team with
Always,
people? Yeah, yeah,
there's no individual work
right.
in that field.
Hmm.
You hear,
So being a good collaborator would also be a great skill for kids
yes,
to really be
yeah.
able to work with other people.
I remember thinking in college, I don't want to have to do group projects, but there's nothing but group projects,
Mhm.
at least in my field, once you get out.
Right.
So, deal with it.
Yeah, yeah. And there weren't, again, you probably weren't on a team with any other women.
Right.
Yeah.
Get used to it.
Yeah. But were you really passionate about what you did? Did you just love your work and you loved working? Did you retire from Lockheed?
Yes, it's
Okay.
35-ish years.
Oh, wonderful. Were you transferred out here to Colorado to
No,
work?
we
Oh,
were bidding on a contract that was here
mhm.
and it fell through. And I thought, I'm ready to retire. I'm going to move anyway. I had done a house hunting trip already and just moved and retired.
So which spacecraft did you work on, or did
Well,
particular project?
a bunch of spy craft,
Mm, okay.
black budget, and a GPS and the space station. Quite a range.
Ethically and morally, were you fine working there, or was there any? Um, did you were you torn ever ethically about what you were working on, or was there no problem at all?
Mm, not much of a problem because we needed blue people to
Mhm.
keep an eye on things.
Mm.
And some of us were conscious of that.
Yeah, my father worked on nuclear weapons, and
Okay.
um, he was he had never met Oppenheimer, but he knew of him, and he was working on a lot of the stuff. And he was gone quite a bit, working in Washington D.C. and numerous places for nuclear weapons, and and I asked him once. Well, we had our own bomb shelter at the in the just
Mm,
outside the house, like a
okay.
fallout shelter.
Yeah, my father thought about building one.
Yeah, my dad built one. I so I grew up doing drills every month in the bomb shelter,
Mm,
and yeah, just crawling in and we had to keep food supply, water supply. But it's funny when you grow up that way, you learn how to deal with disaster better without panicking. And I remember asking my dad one time, we were doing the drill and we were seeing how long we could be in the bomb shelter safely. And my mom and dad and I were in the bomb shelter. And I asked Dad, I said, do you ever feel bad about building nuclear weapons? And he said, no, we need them. And it was just so factual. But I always thought to myself, we've yes, we split the atom, but we've just created something that could just wipe us out, and yeah, but I think people who are working in that field just accept it and know that it's a job that has to be done. So, yeah, my father worked on nuclear weapons his whole life. So,
okay, yeah, I didn't have as much. I worked on smart rocks, which you shoot at somebody else's satellite and destroy it, and those were nuclear.
oh,
The
okay,
space weapons
right, right.
never
Huh,
went, never went anywhere, but
right,
spent some
right.
time with smart rocks.
Interesting.
How you blow up,
Right, right. Interesting. And it would be a nuclear weapon that would be launched into space? Okay.
or
Yeah.
it was hanging around in space, and you arm it, and something
Oh,
goes. Pew.
right,
I don't remember the details. But
right, right. I guess if it went off in space, it would
take out
react
someone
very,
else's toys.
yeah, and it would react very differently in space because
Hmm.
my dad figured out all how the nuclear weapons, if they land smaller weapons landing on railroad tracks, on frozen railroad tracks in Siberia, or if a nuclear weapon lands in the ocean, or if a nuclear weapon lands on dry land, flat land. So it was just fascinating what we would talk about in the bomb shelter and how the amazing ability that we have to destroy ourselves. uh,
Yeah.
it's never ending. So,
Did he talk about crispy critters? We
no,
used to
not
joke
that I
about
remember.
crispy critters are people who get nuked.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no,
Yeah,
he never mentioned that. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
that was, yeah, quite around
Mhm.
at the Lockheed I was at.
Mm, right, right. So, any other advice you would give young people about going into STEM, women, especially young women? Um, you just say go for it.
You go for it, believe in yourself. You're as capable as anybody else,
Yeah,
and just do it.
yeah. And to have resilience and to be able to bounce back, because perhaps people will try to keep you out of the job market or try to discriminate, but you just keep at it and keep at it.
And I mean, in my field, if you made it for 5 years, you'd made it. The young women would wash out pretty quickly. And you'd know that any woman over 30, say, in the field was competent, probably more competent than most of the guys.
Mhm. Yeah. So how do you see the aerospace industry going over the next 10 or 20 years? Or I know now you're retired, so you may not have an opinion, but do you have an idea of what you think is going to happen to aerospace in the next 10 to 20 years?
I think it's probably in a bad downturn now, but I think it will recover.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Um, Stuff like spy satellites we need.
Right.
You use them in floods, you use them in earthquakes,
Hmm.
any natural disaster, fires.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they've got military applications, but they've got a heck of a lot of civilian ones too.
Right. Right. We have a lot of satellites up there right now.
Yeah. Space
Yeah.
junk.
Yeah. And space junk. Definitely. So thank you. Any other final words for kids or anything you'd like to say to young people?
Don't be intimidated.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, Brene Brown, an author and researcher, has a new book out called Strong Ground. And she talks about the different power. And so many times right now we are really using power to power over things. Somebody wants to have power over something. And she said that's a very different power than power with or power to something. And it's very different than power within. So right now we're in a stage where a lot of people want to have power over and control over somebody else or something else or a group of people or a country. So once you have power over, that's kind of definitely an unhealthy power. But to have power with, like teachers, empowering students and having that and to have power within, which you're talking about, to have that power within yourself to have resilience and to go for it and to stick to your guns. That's the power within. Yeah.
And make sure you've got a hobby like running,
Oh
a
yeah.
physical. I was a nationally ranked runner for a lot of
I
years.
yeah, yeah, it's wonderful.
Um,
You're a runner.
that gives you strength.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
That doesn't.
I take up my hobby is dancing.
Okay,
So,
that
yeah, it's
something
my
physical.
my core is really weak, but I'm getting there. But you must be strong from head to foot being a runner. Do you do the boulder? Do you run the
I
boulder?
haven't. I didn't move here. By the time I moved here, I had retired from competing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Um, Corporate nationals were here in Boulder twice. That
Mm-hmm.
was brutal for the sea level people. We
Yeah.
flew in on Friday and were expected to compete on Saturday and Sunday with people who live at altitude. Not pretty.
No, no. Same with music auditions, brass players and wind players when they come from sea level to high altitude and they're auditioning for a symphony orchestra or a university, the students, they're playing their trumpet, flutes, and they can't breathe as well
Interesting. I
so
hadn't thought of that.
yeah, musicians really suffer when they're having to audition for a part or audition to get into college. Yeah, suddenly
Okay.
the breathing changes so much. The phrasing of the music changes because they
Huh.
have to breathe more often. And everything changes and they just can't catch their breath. So,
Did
yeah.
they come early?
It depends on
Or
if they're smart enough, they should come a couple of days early, even a week early to get
right to get some.
adjusted. Yeah.
Hmm.
But a lot of kids don't realize that. They just
No,
don't think about it.
I mean I know milers suffer horribly at altitude
Mm. Yeah.
versus say 10K runners who don't have
Yeah.
to push as fast.
Hmm. Right.
But I wouldn't
Right.
have guessed that musicians
Yeah.
also had that to deal with.
Breathing. Yeah. Yeah. Well, good advice. So everybody should have a hobby that you love and do what you love and
Um,
persistence and resilience and just have that passion for life.
and Lucky flew me around to run. We had a corporate marathon team, and this died in 2009 when the economy tanked. We had a
Yeah.
corporate marathon team and a corporate track team. So twice a year, we got a long weekend. Lucky picked up all the expenses.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
wonderful.
so,
That's so,
so
so
it's the big
amazing.
companies did
Yeah.
that in the day. It
Yeah.
makes me mad.
And that builds community and trust, and that does a lot of good. Huh.
Yeah, yeah. So I
Interesting.
was captain of the marathon team.
Oh,
It
wonderful.
was good.
Yeah. Great. Well, thank you. I think we've covered everything. I've covered the two or three questions from students, and I asked other questions. And thank you so much for this interview. I can't thank you enough.
Okay. Can we close with Michelle Obama's quote? Work
Oh,
hard,
yes. Oh, yes, please. Yes.
work
Yes.
hard,
Close with what
laugh
inspires you.
often,
Oh, go ahead.
keep your word, think for yourself, and use your voice.
Yes. Read it again.
She learned from her parents to work hard, laugh often, keep her word, think for herself, and use her voice.
Yeah. That's Michelle Obama. Yeah. Yeah.
Those are good words
Yeah.
for anybody.
Yes. That's, yeah, that One Voice for Change, the nonprofit One Voice for Change, we bring voice to vision. We're getting the kids to have a voice in what they want and what they need. So these interviews are greatly appreciated by all of you, and thank you for your time so much. Thank you.
Okay, sure. Good
Yeah.
talking to you.
Well, good talking to you. And for everybody out there, thank you for watching this video. And more information will be down below in the links below. And if you have any questions for Joan or you'd like to speak to her in person, contact me at the link below and I'll get you connected with Joan. Thank you,
Okay.
everybody. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.